Welcome to the 153rd episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome returning viewers, and for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could join us today. Also saying hi to Al and Patty from our craft show at Pinery, and we're so glad that they came, and some other subscribers came to our craft show. But before we tell you all about our craft show adventures, Colleen will talk about what we're wearing.
So May is wearing something that was a collaboration of May and myself. And it is called the Bagnette by Laura Nelkin. So I had talked to May about making the wooden disc because I knew with her scroll saw she could do that, and it looks great. And I went into my stash of little bits of fingering weight yarn that I've had left over from socks and found some. Do I remember which one it was? I don't, and I'm sorry. But it's a beautiful color. It suits me really well. And what I love about this pattern is it's just got beads up the edge, so it's a little bit of bling.
Blingy, yes. I was going to put it on today. I thought, whoa, I don't usually wear blingy, but I like it. There you go.
It looks really, really good. So that's what May's wearing. And what I'm wearing is also a Laura Nelkin design. It's called the Kairos. It's a lovely pattern that you can get. You can get kits. I looked online this morning, and yes, Laura Nelkin has kits. There's all different colors. Now, the reason why you might want to buy a kit, is it a little pricey? Sometimes. Watch for sales. I'm in Canada, so shipping's a little bit more. But on the back of this, there is a leather clasp, and it's nice to get that with the kit. You could try and figure out a different kind of clasp for it. It would work great. But I love the beads. There's different ways of putting beads on, and this will show you a lot. So I'm really happy with this. And, you know, we're still in summer, and some of our knitwear is a little warm. And so we're wearing knitwear without wearing a sweater.
One question about your bracelet.
Yes.
Is this a good beginner to learn how to bead? Would it be a good kind of a starting kit, or is it a little more complicated than that?
It is a great one to learn how to bead. Laura Nelkin is really good. She's got videos that will tell you how to do the beadwork embedded in the pattern. And it's a lovely pattern. Now the pattern, if you don't have the pattern would come with the kit. But as I mentioned, it's, you know, Laura Nelkin has an Etsy shop. You can go on and look. And as I said, sometimes she has sales. So I would keep an eye on that, because sometimes the sale will help offset the shipping.
Good idea.
All right, so that's what I'm wearing. And next we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished object is a pair of socks. And this is an exciting pair of socks.
Oh, these are nice, yes.
Because these are for May's cousin, Margaret. So if you're watching, Margaret, I wish you'd closed your eyes. But anyway, we're going to get these mailed off to Scotland. This yarn is Timber Yarns, and this is Marled Ontario is the main color. And then the mini sock for the contrast is just called Blue. So that's easy to do. And I use the Jemima pattern by KF Jones of the Bakery Bears. Lovely yarn to work with. I love how the colors change. And I'm really, really pleased how they came out.
Wasn't this Ontario or something?
This is called Marled Ontario.
Oh, Marled Ontario. So it's kind of neat because Canada, Ontario, and then we can ship them to Scotland, and you'll have Ontario socks.
Yes, it's cool.
Now, I think this is the color of Ontario flag, is it?
Yes, there's little colors that... actually, it has to do, if you go online to Timber Yarns website, it talks about all the parts of Ontario. So there's all the forests, that's the greens, all the blues has to do with the water. There's some stone and limestone, those kind of things has to do with the Lakewood. It's explained much better than I'm doing right now, but that works there.
And Colleen, just off the cuff, speaking of Timber Yarns, I just want to mention, because we're talking about Timber Yarns, Timber Yarns, we had a giveaway of Timber Yarns, which there were really, she was very generous to do that.
Yeah.
The winner got her prize. We dropped it off at her house. We didn't have to mail it because she was in the area. Who knew?
Exactly.
And that was awesome. Yeah. And Timber Yarns was nice enough to do that.
Yes.
And just
so Heather, thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you. Just let you know that person did get her prize from the last time.
And was thrilled.
Yes.
Yes, was absolutely thrilled.
And I thought when you said timber, just kind of...
Yep, there's that memory thing going. That's good. So that's my first finished object. Now my next finished objects, there's 4 of them sitting over here, so I'm just going to keep handing me chickens.
Oh.
Chickens.
Oh.
Chickens. Lots of chickens. Now, this is called a Mabel chicken. And this is by Jocelyn Elizabeth. It also says on the bottom Oak and Marlowe, but you can find that on Ravelry. Lovely pattern. The yarn that I've used is Bernat blanket, which I really, really like and enjoy using. And the accent, so the comb and the nose and the eyes, that's all loops and thread charisma.
And we'll talk more about these chickens when we talk about our adventure at our craft booth at the Pinery. We'll talk a little bit.
So now we all have 6 chicks.
That was good. Did you just make that up?
I just made that up. It just came to me.
The Dixie Chicks.
Dixie chicks. There you go. So that's some finished objects. Now I have some more finished objects. I know, a little crazy. Woo-hoo. So this, and trust me, this is the name, comes from Fat Dog Crochet. It says no sew, see turtle free pattern. There it is. Now I've done some adjusting because you know I like to do that. But we decided we needed to take some turtles to our craft show as well. Whoop. There we go. So
cute.
There we go. Now, the white on the turtles is the Bernat blanket again. And then the colors depending, 2 of them are, so the blue and the kind of burgundy color, that's Chenille Home Slim by Loops and Threads. And then the green down here is Bernat blanket. Now, I will tell you the reason why I chose this to be white. If you want to do this, great pattern, by the way. You can get it on Etsy and pay $1, and then you don't have to try and cut and paste to print one off. But this Bernat blanket doesn't create as much fluff on my couch, okay, as the Chenille Home Slim. Look at you, fancy woman.
Oh.
She's got talents here.
I'm playing Ginger.
That's
Ginger,
right.
Inja, whatever we call that name. Jenna. What? You know that brick? What is that, Jenna? The bricks where you pull out the bricks?
Jenga.
Jenga, yeah.
There we go. She's playing Jenga. So that's why I use that on the white. I tried it once using the Chenille Home Slim, and it was white everywhere. It was like it was snowing in the house almost. But anyway, so those are some lovely.
Now, one other thing I want to point out is I love the eyes that you crochet in.
I just sew them in.
You sew the eyes in?
Yeah.
Because the original pattern has the safety eyes, but I think you just want to take that extra precaution.
Exactly.
Because little kids will come along. You never know with safety eyes.
That's
I don't
right.
know.
I mean, they're called safety eyes for a reason. I do understand that. I just don't want to take
any chances when they're
That's
for
for
little
sure.
kids. But yeah,
All
especially
right.
when you're selling it. It might be different
Exactly.
if you're the parent, you're kind of watching, or the
Right,
parent,
exactly. That's true too.
But I think with selling them, it's better.
There we go.
Very cute. Those are cute.
Okay, and then my last set of finished objects is a set of 4 coasters. And these are pickleball coasters. So you'd seen some in our last podcast. I decided to make it says, have a ball, pickleball.
And if Janice is watching us, Janice, we miss you at pickleball. And this might be a Christmas gift, so don't look.
All these people can't even look at our video. That's not good.
These are great. I love coasters like this.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know, I was thinking about making resin coasters, and I have made resin coasters
Yes.
in the past.
Yeah.
And these are just, I like these much better because I find the resin, I'm just worried that they're so thick.
Right.
And if the glass slips off or
Oh,
like this,
yeah.
these are great because they sit flush more
Yep,
to
exactly.
the table,
Yep,
and they're
things
great.
aren't gonna tip
Now,
off.
when I showed these to my mom, she was like, "Oh, the water's just going to go through," and I thought, well, you're not really going to have a watery kind of a
Nope.
glass, and our furniture is
Yeah, and I think when
know.
you showed them to her, then she
she understood that.
rethought
Yeah.
that,
So
yeah.
so those are great. I love them.
Perfect.
I can't wait to have some of our own.
There we go. That, do you know what that means? A project.
Now we can have different patterns on this. You can
Exactly.
make- is there an actual pattern you use, or you just cut a square?
I made it up.
You just made that up.
Yeah.
You just so basically cut a square or rectangle or something.
Well, the back is a square, and then I wanted to just have the strip down just to
kind of
fashion it up a little bit.
coordinate
Yeah,
it together.
exactly.
Nice. And we got this idea when we were at Spin Me a Yarn. They had some quilted ones
Right,
on the table,
right.
and I thought to Colleen, I thought, that's a great idea. I love those. And then you came home and voila, look what you
Voila,
did.
there we
you
go.
You're so good at this. Voila.
There we go. So those are my finished objects. And May, any finished objects for you?
I have been puttering away while you've been knitting and sewing and getting ready. And what happened was I was on Etsy, and my son is doing really well at his new job as a chef.
Yes.
He's doing great at the golf course. And so I wanted to get him a present. So I went on Etsy to support our fellow creators, crafters. And there was these little metal knives. You know, I thought
Like a pendant?
like a pendant for a necklace.
Yes.
And so I thought I would get him that because he does wear a necklace. So I got him one of those. And then I paid, I think it was about $60, I think.
Yeah.
And so what I thought $60, I mean, that's a little steep. Wonder if I could make a pendant, but the one I got from him, I actually gave it to him, so I can't show you. It's just a little metal one. So I was kind of experimenting with what I could do. So I came up with the idea of making these little knives as pendants. And I've seen them on Etsy as earrings too.
Oh, wow.
That kind of thing. And what I used is just a tin can.
Oh,
I
my
used the metal
goodness.
from the tin can.
And it's not too sharp?
No, it's not sure.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then polymer clay on the top. And then I just put in the little, what do you call those, eyelets?
An
or
eye,
something?
yeah.
An eye.
Yep.
And that'll be a necklace. And you could wear them as earrings also. But I wasn't really, I mean, they're okay.
They're good. You did a great job.
Not too bad, but I thought I could do a little bit better. So then I started this. This could probably go in works in progress.
Okay.
And then I thought I could make them out of wood instead. The whole thing.
Wow.
With a harder wood.
That would be a little lighter around your neck too.
Yes. So I thought I could do that.
Very
So
nice.
that is a finished object.
Okay.
And then while I had my crafting stuff out and I saw some of the wood there that I had, I thought I could make some fridge magnets.
Oh,
And
very
play
good.
around with my resin again.
Yes.
So I made some fridge magnets, and it's just a little piece of wood. It's just a little piece of wood, and then I printed off. This one happens to say lake time. I printed off a picture. I actually painted the wood, and then I printed off a clear sticker.
You're right.
Stuck it on there, and then I put resin on, and then I put a magnet on the back.
Wow.
So that's
fantastic.
And then I thought, well, I'm running out of ideas on what to put on.
Right.
What people would like as a fridge magnet.
Right.
So then we had these serviettes that had all these Scottish sayings on them.
Right.
It's almost like a different language, but it's kind of slang for Scottish. And so I thought it'd be kind of fun to put some of the Scottish sayings on a magnet. And so I'll just go through some of them and see if you know what they are, okay?
Okay.
Well, I know you know this one is because you call me this quite a bit.
No, I only started calling her when she put it up on the fridge.
Okay. This one says crabbit. And that means bad-tempered, out of humor. So it means you're kind of grumpy.
Just a little bit.
So if you're crabbit and you're Scottish, you know what that means.
Right.
Wabbit. Do you know what that means?
I don't know what wabbit means.
Wabbit means under the weather, exhausted. I'm wabbit. Kind of exhausted, tired.
Oh.
So I put that on a...
I thought that was Elmer Fudd going after the wabbit.
Kind of the same idea. A blether. You don't know what a blether is?
No.
A blether is a gossip, insistent chatter.
Oh,
Somebody
okay.
blethers.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
they're kind of gossipy.
Yeah.
Talks a lot. You know.
Yeah.
So if you're Scottish and you're a blether, it's not a bad thing. I don't think. Not a bad thing. Haver, and you know that's in that song.
Right.
If haver, you know that Scottish thing
500
means you
miles.
talk rubbish.
Ah.
Means you're talking gibberish and stuff like that.
Okay.
So haver.
Those are fun.
So yeah, those are kind of fun. So I think if you're Scottish, you might enjoy those.
That's right. You have to be careful who you give it to.
Yes, or if Colleen, you know, she kind of likes the crabbit one. And it kind of like, when I'm kind of grumpy, she'll say, crabbit.
Just to make her laugh. Just a little humor.
But I've only got those 2 ideas for fridge magnets, but if you have any ideas that you'd want on
that's a great
maybe
idea.
some knitting sayings that you like,
That's right.
you know, I'd be interested in that so I could put them up in the fridge. Make
Knit
some
one
more.
girl too.
Yeah. So there you go.
Those
so those
look
are
great.
finished objects, yes. It can kind of fun playing around with the resin again, so
That's good.
yeah.
So those are our finished objects, and next we're going to talk about works in progress. My first work in progress is another pair of the Jemima socks. Once again, KF Jones. And it is involving the Timber Yarns again, Marled, Ontario, because I thought the 2 cousins should have similar socks. Now, I didn't have enough of the blue because it was just a mini that we bought. So May and I looked at colors and we decided that we could do gray. And I think it looks pretty
I
nice
like
there.
the gray. Yes.
So there is, I was doing them 2 at a time, but then I was doing the toe and thought I'll do it 1 at a time to do the toe of the socks, because I've got to check that I've got the right length, because I still have a little bit of yarn left. But I'm really happy with how they came out.
So these are the ones these are the ones for Margaret.
Yeah.
And this is the one for me.
Yes.
And it's just the different colors of toes.
And the
heels.
funny thing is, same size feet.
Wow.
How do cousins have the same size feet when they're on opposite sides of the world?
Yeah.
Do not know.
That's kind of neat.
Yes,
Okay,
but I
that's
think
nice.
you'll like them. They feel,
Yeah.
I like
I
this
like the feel.
pattern. It's kind of, it's got a little bit of ribbing to it, but it's kind of soft and cozy. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like. And this yarn is beautiful. Heather does an amazing job, that timber yarns.
Yes, it
Exactly.
is great yarn. I love that.
Yeah. And once again, the gray is Barocco Vintage Sock. I just had a little bit left in my stash. So we did that. So that's the first one. I've just dropped a ball of yarn and I'm going to pretend that I didn't. So just ignore it. It's good. Now, the next work in progress is another one of the Christine button cowl. It's hard to see in the black. So it's got a nice cable down the back. I haven't put the buttons on yet or sewn it together.
And that's just going to sew together like that.
Yes,
Like that.
and so it is with Loops and Thread Charisma. Now, when you get a plain color with Charisma, there's more yardage in it, so you can make other things. Like, there's not enough. You need 2 balls of this to make 1 scarf, but there's a lot left. And I'll show you what I've done with the rest of it.
All right.
Okay, so that's that.
Nice.
And then I thought, what else can we have for our booth? So I've been doing a few of these, and this is the Faux Cable Messy Bun Hat, and this is by Melon Girl Knits. And let me see, I don't have another name, so it's Melon Girl Knits. And I have 2 of these, excuse me for leaning out of camera. So the first one is supposed to go, so it does have a faux cable. So it is a paid for pattern, I think. It does have a faux cable, which is kind of fun because you don't need a cable needle when you're doing that. And these hats, this is the other one that I've done. They have that hole to stick your bun through or your ponytail through. Obviously, I don't.
This one doesn't have that?
It will have that. I'm just not that far up yet.
Oh, okay.
But you can see I've still got that left. So that was basically with 2 balls of yarn, I can make a scarf, one of these cowls, and I can make a hat as well. I think I've got
Nice.
lots left.
That's great use of yarn.
Exactly. And I know that's what I've done. I made a green one of the cable cowls. and
Love
then
that color. That's
I know,
That's
it's
got a really
beautiful.
nice color.
Now, you say, well, it looks like it's done, Colleen. Why is it not done? Well, it's not done because I don't have the tag on it.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah, so we're
really
going to put a
nice.
tag on it. Yeah,
Nice.
it's really, really nice.
Love that color green. I'm not really a green person, but that's
Well, guess what? Green
nice.
might be coming in your future.
It could be.
So, let me see. Socks, hats, beautiful. That's what I have works in progress. And May,
Nice.
works in progress for you?
Well, my work in progress is going to be this wooden knife. I have
Okay.
to spray paint it and get the little thing on there. Just work
Okay.
work away at it and see
Yeah.
if I can perfect it.
I think
my
it's going to
work
be
in
good.
progress. And I have a couple more works in progress. I'll show you those 2 when we talk about souvenirs.
Okay.
They're souvenirs that I bought, but I want to work on them, so
Okay.
they're kind of both. So,
Oh, look at her.
but I've saved them.
A twofer, as they say.
You're on a roll today.
So those are our works in progress. And next we're going to talk about our adventure.
Well, as promised, I thought we would talk about Colleen and I's day at the Pinery Market. It was amazing. It's a lot of work. We pack up. We pack the car up, drive up to the Pinery.
So we had to be there by basically 7.
7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, and what happens if you don't have a regular spot, like if you're not there regularly, for the month or for the season,
Right.
and you can just spontaneously go in for a couple of weekends like Colleen and I did, you show up, you get a covered part if you're up, I think, early enough.
Right.
So it's an hour away. We drove an hour. We got there about 7 o'clock.
Quarter to 7. I think.
Quarter to 7.
We were early.
And we stood in line up at the thing. We got in line and we waited, and then they're very well organized there at the Pinery. It was great. They
It's
give you your
amazing.
spot. Colleen and I start setting and placing things out. We are very organized. We have it all ready before we go. We have a table set up in the basement or two, and we set how we're going to display it. So it's quite easy when we unload the car.
Yeah, May is really good. Sorry to interrupt. You take a picture of it on your
Yep.
on your phone, so then we can just flip and say, okay, that's what goes where. It's really
Right.
helpful
So
when
then
you do
we
that.
have the phone, and we can kind of refer to it when we're actually there. And we're set up fairly early with all our things. We had lots to sell. We weren't sure how it was going to go. The market was very busy. We had said before in our podcast that we were going to be there. Just in passing, we'd said that we were going to be at the Pinery Market. Well,
Right.
quite a few of our little subscribers came.
Exactly.
And before I thought about the other subscribers that came, thank you so much for that. We appreciate your
Exactly.
support. We didn't think to get pictures of everybody, but we
Right.
did manage to get a picture of Al and Patty, who came. They were from London, and they made a special trip, and they got to meet us in person. So hi,
was great.
guys. It was great for you to do that. We really appreciate your
Exactly.
support. It was great to meet both of you.
And Patty was amazing. She had patterns for me. She not to give me, but she said, you've got to look at these ones. So I just used my phone, took pictures of the picture of the pattern. So I've got the name. So I've got
Yes.
some sweaters I'm going to work on.
Yeah, that was really nice of you
It
to do
was,
that.
that was
Appreciate
great.
that. So it was a great time, and it was really fun to see our subscribers and to say hello and to
Exactly.
meet people in person was awesome. We had fun selling, and like I said before, the chickens were our biggest seller.
They
Out
were.
of all those things that you see on this table and everything that was there, our chickens were the biggest seller.
There was one young girl who is heading off to university and wanted to have one in her dorm. So I didn't ask her, but I was wondering if she lived on a chicken farm and she wanted to have a chicken with her when she was there. Don't know for sure, but it was just exciting. There was a chicken heading off to a dorm in university.
It is, and there's some other things. Look at regular market, as you can see. There's purses and people selling all their wares here,
And food.
and lots of food,
And french fries.
The washrooms are handy and clean. It was quite
It's
a large
really
area.
well run.
Yes.
It's really well run.
And on the way out, because traffic is so busy, that they have an OPP officer at the entrance and at the exit,
Right.
controlling the traffic so people can actually make a left-hand turn safely. So it's
Yeah.
quite well organized and well done.
That's right.
We were there 2 weekends. We loved it.
Yeah.
It was successful.
Exactly. We were a little worried the second week because they were calling for rain. And then as we were driving up to Grand Bend,
It rained.
It was raining. And we thought, okay, well, at least we're early enough. We should get a covered one. And then by the time we were there, the rain had stopped. The sun was out. It was a beautiful day.
It really was. And then what happens when Colleen gets all settled in? I'm not much of a sitter, so I go shopping. So
She does.
I went shopping, and I found this beautiful lamp. I just loved it, and I picked it up, and I was just checking it out, and the guy that was selling it at the market says $10, and I was like, $10? Are you kidding me? I don't even know if it works. It didn't matter. I just thought I have to buy this for $10.
Right.
So bought the lamp, then put the lamp at the end of the table. A young fellow came along. He says, "Oh, I like the lamp. Are you selling the lamp?" And I was like, "Well, okay." I said $25, and he says, "I might be back for it. Does it work?" I said I wasn't sure. Plugged it into the car. It lit up like a Christmas tree. It works. He came back later. He came back with his dad. They loved the lamp. They bought it for $25. So it was a win-win.
It was a win-win.
Yes. So that was kind of fun. So it was great overall, and I can't believe that the chicken was out of all that we had there. I mean, we did sell a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
That's
I sold
right.
some of my plaques and some soaps, and
A monkey.
we sold other things.
Yes.
But for the most
chickens.
part, I would say the chickens
Exactly.
were a big seller. So if you have a market or if you want to do something that sells, the chickens seem to sell. And if people weren't buying them, they were mentioning them. They walked
That's
by
right.
the table, they'd pick it up,
Yeah.
they'd say, "Oh, a chicken." I don't
Yeah.
know what the big draw was.
And I decided to make some white ones, but you have to be careful with white ones because you don't want everybody's hands all over the white ones. So I kept the ones that were kind of it's called birch is the color. It's kind of a beigey color. Kept those down, put a couple of the white ones up, and we even had a couple white ones sell.
We did.
So that was good.
That was good. Now, I did buy a few other things at the market, and I'll talk about those in souvenirs because they're also going to be works in progresses too.
Oh, that's
So it's
impressive.
a whole thing. Did you see how I did that?
You did. You know what they call that in the biz?
Segue.
Segway. Look at you.
That was a good segue.
It was.
All right, so that was it. That was our experience, and definitely recommend going to the Pinery.
Market.
Yeah. Maybe as a person that walks around or somebody that's a vendor too.
Exactly.
Good experience.
So that's our adventure, and next we're going to talk about souvenirs. Well, souvenirs. I didn't buy any souvenirs at the Pinery because I was busy manning the booth. That was my job. But I don't mind. And you know what I did this time? Because sometimes you just sit there, and I thought, you know what? I've got a book on my, like a Kobo. I've got a book there. I can just read, and then when somebody walks by, I lift my head up. So I was paying attention, but I was getting a little reading in too. It was a beautiful time. The weather was great. So as far as souvenirs for me, once again, it's yarn. But I'm going to tell you where I got it so that will help you out. So the first thing I have is some of the Bernat blanket.
This is a big ball of yarn.
It is a big ball of yarn, and it is such a pretty green. It's not like a moss green, but it's a pretty kind of there's a bit of a hint of tealy green, I think.
Yes, I was going to
Exactly.
say that, yeah.
So I think it's going to make some nice turtles. So there's turtles in my future when it comes to that. So I got that at Walmart. That's where I found that.
Good deal?
It was a good deal. Now, I did order some yarn on Amazon, and this ball, you can see, much smaller than this one. Okay, and so do be careful when you're buying on Amazon. I didn't get ripped off, have no fear. I ended up getting 3 of these. The price was good. And the reason why I got this is it's this taupe color, but I think it's going to make a nice monkey. And it's really, really soft. So I think I'm going to be able to make a couple monkeys. It is that thicker, I can't find that chenille that's thick enough in this case. But this was going to make a nice monkey.
That's nice. They didn't have this color at Walmart?
This color at Walmart?
Yeah.
No. Nope.
This color's hard to
You
get.
know what's
to get.
funny? I have to tell you, because I'm in Walmart every week. That's where I do my groceries. There's other stores too, but that's where I go first of all. And it has a very strange yarn section that you think it's not very well organized. And yet all of a sudden, boom, the color that you need is there. So the birch color that I need all of a sudden is there to make some chickens. All of a sudden there's a white one. But you can't say there's 4 white ones, like 4 of Bernat blanket white.
Right.
It's not like that. It's just all of a sudden there is one. So I'm not sure who is orchestrating that and organizing it, but it's not the same thing as going to like a Michael's yarn store.
Now I'm noticing on this there's some pillow covers. That would be nice on that. That would be a really
imagine?
nice pillow. There must be a pattern for this maybe inside the band or something.
Let me just
Do you
see.
think there is?
It says free pattern on label.
Ooh. And maybe there's a nice seat
It's
cover.
crocheted here.
Wow.
Well, it's going to be a monkey. But I'm just thinking, we have
Yeah.
a dark couch upstairs, and I think maybe the birchy kind of pillow.
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
Oh, I see a pillow in my
the
future.
future, yes,
What
I
else
like
was in
that.
my future? Something else that you
Something
wanted.
else, yes.
It's okay. There's lots of things. I'm going to finish the socks first, and then we'll work on that.
Yes.
So those are my souvenirs. Okay, May, your souvenirs.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned this before in podcast. I can't remember.
I can-
But we bought new pickleball paddles.
Yes, we did.
We bought 2 exactly the same. And we happened to get them buy one, get one half price.
Which was
so
great
that
deal.
worked out great.
Exactly. So my paddle, we were playing with our friends Linda and Barb, and Linda kept going, "You do realize there's a dead spot in your paddle." This is my old paddle. I went, she goes, "Can you hear the funny noise that it's making?" I said, "Not really." But then all of a sudden, once somebody said that, you go, oh, that's
yes.
what's happening. And you could just tell the shot wasn't going where it should be, and it was
The paddle, wasn't it?
absolutely, it was the paddle.
Now, these are like our old paddles. They're just a newer year.
Yes.
And we've had them out a few times, and they feel good, and they work
Yeah,
great. So
exactly. Grip's
nice.
really good too.
So that was a good souvenir. That was exciting to get that.
was.
Now, at the flea market, as my touring around.
Do you know they don't call it the flea market anymore?
What do they call it?
It's called the Pinery Market, is what it's called.
Oh, no flea market.
No fleas.
No fleas.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
They don't want fleas.
Well, at the Pinery Market, toured around, but I'm always looking for things that I can maybe, wood things, like solid wood,
Right.
you know, for Lazy Susans that I've made
Right.
and different things. And I was so excited I bought this really nice
Oh, it's
piece of
beautiful.
solid wood. And I'm going to, sand it down because it's a little rough on the back here.
Right.
So I'm going to sand it down, resin the top. I might put
Oh,
a
it'll
video
be
out with
beautiful.
that.
Yes.
Resin here, like the ocean or whatever.
Very nice.
And so I was pretty excited, and I got it for a good price. I think he said $10 and I got it for $8.
See, she
buy.
can do that. I go $10. Okay, $10. But maybe we'll have a little bargaining going on.
$8. So then I thought, look at else I got. These two things. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to fix them up, round the corners here.
Right.
Round these corners.
Beautiful.
And do some resin on the bottom. And I'll
Okay.
make a video when I do all of these together.
Oh, that'll be
and I'll
great.
sand them, clean them all up.
Exactly.
And then I'll put a nice oil on there, homemade
brilliant.
oil, and we'll see how it works. And again, these were $20 for two. And I said, would you go 10 for two? Because they're quite thin for
Right.
the wood. And he said 15 for two.
Oh, excellent.
So for $15, I got two.
That's brilliant.
So then, and I could probably, once I'm fixed up, maybe sell them for 22 or something.
Oh,
like that.
excellent.
Yes, so I was very excited about those.
Okay.
And I have one more thing. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now, I bought these two things. These need fixing up too. Like just cleaned up.
You can imagine the look on my face as I'm manning the booth, and all of a sudden May comes around the corner and goes, it's like,
Hey,
what?
lunch. Now, these are great. I think these would be great on our wall
Yeah.
upstairs. Like, great decor. I mean, they're very substantial. Like,
They are. They've
you know,
got the
great,
things to
and they've
hook
got
them
the
up.
hooks on the back. And I think
Exactly.
if you hung them up like so, like this,
Yes.
on the one wall we have
Exactly.
upstairs. Once I clean them all up, I think it'd be great. And so
It's fun.
these were only $15.
That's brilliant.
So I don't know if I spent more than we made. I'm not sure.
well,
but I had fun anyway.
no, you had a good time. And
Yes.
it's all stuff that we're going to try and sell.
Yes.
So it's
it is.
fantastic.
It is.
Except for the fork and spoon, because
Yeah.
we like it.
Yeah, I might clean that up somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know what to use, but we'll get it cleaned up.
Got it figured out.
One other thing that we bought online was a glove. And this is for when you use a mandolin. Mother, if you're watching.
Or sometimes you can use it when you're using a knife too.
And a knife. It's
Yeah.
for, and when you cut, you're not going to cut your finger.
Right.
And it fits quite nicely.
Because what happened to your mother?
Well, my mom was using the mandolin, and you know how it comes with a cover, and I'm very careful with it.
Yes, we are.
And you put your hand in that, and you mandolin things.
Yep,
down.
you cut
Well, my
slices.
mom decided she didn't need the cover, and took the tip of her finger, like the little corner of her finger off. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it.
dear.
Now this is like going, letting the horse out after the barn door's been, after the horse has been out, the barn door's closed.
That's right.
But
That's exactly.
maybe she's prepared for the next time. We got my mom
Exactly.
one, and
We've got one too, because I thought, oh dear, we don't want any of that.
No, so that was that necessity here.
Exactly.
But yeah, so be careful when you're using a mandolin. Don't be doing that without the cover or anything. And my son said, "Oh, even professionals have trouble with those."
Exactly. Because they're so
And-
sharp.
My mom maybe wanted to be like her mother, because my mom's mother, my grandmother, cut her thumb, half of her thumb off on the hand machine. You know that slicing machine?
Yeah.
Now I don't even think she was slicing. I think she was cleaning it. Like it wasn't even on.
Mm-hmm.
She was cleaning the machine. That's how sharp it was.
Oh my goodness.
Got distracted, and sliced her thumb. Like I don't understand that, but.
Oh dear.
Anyway, that was my grandmother, and I do remember her with half a thumb. So maybe my mom wanted to be like her mom. I don't
Maybe
know.
she can think of another way, like maybe the same hairdo or something.
Anyway, that's our souvenirs. So
There we go.
yes, we had fun.
We did. We had a great time. So thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, and
Ring that bell.
so if you get a notification when we put one up. We really do like doing this for you. And do comment below if you think there's something that you think that you'd like to buy at a craft fair, because we're always looking for new ideas and we really appreciate that. So until next time.
You take care.